All right. So I actually narrated while I was recording the last video that I probably wouldn't record this again if there was some kind of recording error. Then I got down and there were only 14 seconds of footage recorded. I was probably up in this thing for like 6 minutes. But I don't know when I'll have the opportunity to do this again. So, and also, I mean, having a nice time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Hopefully the recording that I just started is still going. Why don't I take it off my head one time just to make sure. All right, appears that we're good. All right, so it is, I'm gonna have to estimate the time now, because unlike last time, I actually don't know what time it is. I'm gonna estimate that it is like 7:15 p.m. It's August, so take that into account as we consider the amount of light that is available. All right, so here we are at the ladder. The ladder is the westernmost, it is the westernmost bald cypress in this grove of 10 bald cypresses here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I call this Decalogue because there are 10 trees. It is an homage to one of my favorite films, the miniseries by Krzysztof Kieslowski. Okay, so here I call this the ladder as I described it in the video description to the last video when I climbed it at night. This side, this is the, I'm gonna say roughly, let's see, this is the eastern side of the tree. Not much here, but on the western side of the tree, it is rungs going straight up. Sometimes there are in fact too many rungs to decide how to climb it. So hence the ladder. It is a very great entry-level tree if anyone is interested in climbing some bald cypresses. So let us get underway. Towards the end of the last recording, I'd commented that wearing this head mount on my head might make the climbing experience slightly deficient, but I'm only gonna make that complaint once because it's probably kind of obvious. All right. All right, this section here makes for a nice rest spot because, well, it's kind of a natural rest spot in my view because just above, right here, the branches start to clump together so strongly that it almost looks like it's not gonna be conducive to continuing. That isn't actually true. You just have to be a little precise. But I'm gonna take a breath here. Enjoy the beautiful view. Yeah, hopefully this thing's still recording, huh? I'll do a quick check with the Bosch Blaze, measuring up to 50 feet with a laser pointer. Buy now at Home Depot. I am not sponsored. All right, so from this spot, picking up at about, if you can see it in the video, 35 feet 11 inches. We got more to climb. All right, here we go. All right, so we are just about maxed out in this tree. It's not very many branches any higher that we can grab. It's about as far as we go. And right here, just below this point, is a great chair. Any situation in a bald cypress where, if you can see it, there are two big branches that create a fork like this, especially if there's some auxiliary branches where you can kind of drape your legs over. Makes for a great seating spot, which I will go as extreme as to say you might be able to sleep here with no concerns. At least hang out for sure. Good spot for business calls, I would presume. I'll do another measurement with the Bosch Blaze. Let's see what we got. "45 feet and 2 inches. However, because of the ease of this climb, it doesn't feel like 45 feet. I mean, unless you've just, if you climb indoors or outdoors, unless you're like extremely fatigued, this is like, it's like a 5.8 on an auto belay. I would even say it's like a 6 or a 7. 6, 7. But because there are some sections where you have to kind of squeeze your way through a bunch of branches, I'll call it an 8. I will record the down climb because I didn't do that during the night climb that I did the other day. gonna chill for a sec though. Who should I shout out? Shout out Ty, shout out Milo, shout out Mom and Dad. All right. Getting down actually might be harder than getting up. A little bit more precise, but here we are. Does complaining about the same thing twice do any good? Any more than it did the first time? I love this tree, I do. I know a couple of my friends have climbed it too, and I think and hope they had a good time on it. You know who you are.